Hi. Now let's discuss theory of consumer behavior. This theory explains reasons why consumers behave the way they do as assumed in the theory of, or rather as assumed in the law of demand. However, a consumer is expected to be rational and consistent in all his decisions. Utility can be defined as the satisfaction derived from consuming goods and services. The power of a commodity to satisfy consumers' wants is what we actually mean by utility. Now let's look at the various forms of utility. We have three forms of utility. They include form utility, place utility, and time utility. Now let's look at them one after the other. Form utility simply implies that there are some products that have to be transformed or converted from the raw material state to a more useful state. I mean, it involves the conversion of raw materials from one state to another, especially from the raw material state to the finished state. For example, raw materials. Before raw materials can possess utility, they have to be transformed from the state of being raw to state of finished or semi-finished, where they can actually be used or made use of by consumers. That's on form utility. Our place utility. This occurs when products are being transported from one area to another. For example, from Lagos to Kano, or from Anambra to Lagos, especially farm produce. So most farm produce do not possess utility on the farm, except when transported from the farm to the market. So this kind of utility is called it's called place utility. Now, the third one is time utility. There are some products that have to be kept until when needed before they can possess utility. An example is seasonal products like Christmas goods or New Year goods, or even when this Muslim festival is approaching, the Layah festivals. So some goods have to be produced ahead of time, and when the time comes, they are being taken to the market when they possess utility or satisfy the need of consumers. These are the three forms of utility that we have. Again, form utility, place utility, and time utility. Now, let's go into approaches to utility. On this, there are two different schools of thought. The first one is the cardinalist school of thought or cardinalist approach, and the second is the ordinalist approach. The cardinalist school of thought believes that satisfaction derived from consuming goods and services can be measured, especially in units called utils. That is, we can measure our various levels of satisfaction from the consumption of commodity A to commodity B by assigning figures. That is the cardinalist approach to utility. The ordinalist, on the other hand, believes that our various levels of satisfaction cannot be measured but can be ranked. They believe that while you are taking a commodity or while you are consuming, somebody, for example, who is very tasty, while taking a bottle of chilled Coke or Coca-Cola soft drink, does not have the time to start talking about measuring its various level of satisfaction. But still, they believe we can rank it. Those are the two different approaches. But then the popular one is the cardinalist. So according to the cardinalist now, we have three types of utility. They are total utility, average utility, and marginal utility. So in the next video, we'll be talking about the calculations of these types of utility we have mentioned.